Oh my God, how's he doing that? Oh my God, he's cutting that so smooth. Whoa, whoa, look out, guy. Oh, ah! Ooh, hey, that looks good. Oh man. Oof, I gotta fix that right now. What do you think there, Michael Lindell? You like that? Michael Lindell, are you there? Hello? Michael Lindell? Oh my God. Do you hear us, Michael Lindell?
This is Michael Lindell. Yes, oh my goodness, I love Chinese cooking. I loved them. Hey guys, don't forget to buy a MyPillow product at mypillow/michaellindell.com.
Hey.
Oh man, the Chinese cooking. Good stuff, Ebro. Good stuff. Glad you brought it on the show.
Yep.
MyPillow.
Thank you, Michael Lindell. Oh man. Whoo! Look at just look at the way he's chopping that stuff. Man, it just looks amazing. I bet it's gonna be good when he puts it all in the pan, flips it and dips it, and woohoo! Woohoo, buddy!
Boss is Silverhawks here. Yeah, he's doing a bang-up job there. He's got the noodles there, you know, the vegetables, the meat.
Oh,
wait
yeah.
a minute.
Yeah,
Is
you
there
can...
no meat goes in this?
Yes, there's plenty of meat!
What kind of meat?
Hey everybody, welcome to our Mashed Potato Friday. We hope that you guys all of you are enjoying yourselves on this good Mashed Potato Friday. I tell you what, I'm feeling like a mashed potato. How about you, Saji?
I don't know. I think I'm feeling a little bit more like a fried potato myself.
Oh yeah. Well, you stick out in the sun long enough, you will be a fried potato.
Well, yeah, maybe it's my locale.
Ah, yeah.
But what potatoes au gratin? Now that's the worst potatoes, but they're the best potatoes. But they're the most. That'd be the worst potato to be, I think.
Well, I think the name au gratin gives it sort of a bad rep. Like you hear El Gratin, it almost sounds like rotten.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, gratin, rotten. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see what you did there.
So I mean, yeah, like if you were a chick, and like I was a dude, and I walked up to you and I said, "Hey, my name's El Gratin or Au Gratin," wouldn't you be like, "Oh, stay away from me"?
Yeah, I would probably assume that you're from Holland or something too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Who knows? But one thing that grinds my gears is
what's that?
Is like when you're taking a shower with your woman, and most women complain about this, and it's like it's not until this is more of a mid relationship thing or more like a 5-year relationship thing more than it is like a few dates thing where you're showering with your woman and then you ask her, hey baby, you want to shower tonight together? She'd be like, no, I don't want to shower because you get all the hot water and then I get like little dribbles. I don't get any hot water on me and blah, blah, blah. And then I get all cold while you're all nice and warm with your warm water running on you. And I hardly get any water at all. And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, you know what? It's not about you, ladies. It's just not about you this time. You know what I'm saying? Like the shower with the lady is more of a togetherness type thing. It's more of a sexual type thing more than it is we're going to get clean together and we're saving money by taking the shower at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, I was wondering where you were going with all that. So It has nothing to do with water conservation, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah. Now, because with that being said, you know, you could always, bring in the water hose and everybody could get wet. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I see what you're doing there. I'm not sure. I don't know that I'm not sure that I'm very experienced on the subject matter, my friend.
Oh.
I've never actually tried to take a shower with the female and had that problem. But I can imagine it would go that way.
Yeah. It goes that way. Like the beginning of the relationship, you shower with the women. And I've showered with many women in my lifetime. And it's more of a sexual fantasy type of thing where you think it's going to be all, like it is in the movies and stuff, where it's all like, oh, yeah, just ladder me up, baby. I'll ladder you up and,
Hmm.
stuff like that. But
You
then,
wash my hair, I'll wash your hair. Yeah, I get
yeah,
it.
yeah. But it never turns out that way. It's always like, there's not enough room in here. And then next thing you're elbowing her in the boob and,
Yeah, I can see how the rotation, like, let me let you have some water now. That would be kind of tricky. And then,
yeah.
like, the whole curtain rod and the shower curtain would fall and the moment would be ruined. Yeah, I can see how that would kind of
It's
suck.
not as smooth as it is in the movies.
No, obviously not.
No, it's the same thing
No,
with the tub.
it's never as good as it is in the movies.
But
Or it's a hell of a lot better.
yeah, it's the same thing with the tub. You ever see the tub like the movies where they got all the soap covering their bodies and they got champagne and strawberries and they make it look so nice and relaxing and sexy. And they're like hitting their glasses together and like, oh yes, this is so sexy, baby. And they're smoking cigarettes in the bathtub. And then
Feeding each other grapes. Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah,
Mhm.
but then in real life, you try to pull some shit like that, and it's not. It's like, oh, I'm getting a cramp. Oh, my back hurts. The faucet's up my butt.
All right. Or you go to sit in the tub with her and all the water comes out the sides. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know why I thought of all this, but it came up in my brain. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I mean, with those two like pink ears or whatever you got going on, I can see how a lot of things could be going through your brain.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just I guess I was watching a TV show or something and that was happening. I'm like, they are not realistic at all. I'm like, come on, man. But anyway, how's your day going?
You actually caught me in a good frame and at a good time. I know it's been a while since we've
Yeah,
hit the radio streams of YouTube together. So you called me and said, "Well, let's do mashed potato Friday."
yeah.
And here we are. I had no idea what we were signing up for, but based on the title, I knew it was going to be, nonsense and mayhem and our usual hijinks, my friend.
Yeah, it's a more wackier adventure than usual. I'm not saying we're not going to bring any substance to the table, so to speak, but it's not. It's more of a laid back, relaxed recliner type of environment right now.
Okay, all right, yeah. I'm not going to take a shower with you, my friend.
No, thank you. No, yeah, those big shoes look like they would get in the way.
But I do understand you're trying to set the mood, if not for me, for our audience, anyway.
Right? Yeah. The audience can relax and take their socks off and fling them on the fan if they want to, and just
put some extra towels around the base of the tub just in case there's a mishap.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Speaking of tubs, man, I'll tell you what, you hit the nail on the head on that one. You have to have towels around the tub, man, because you get out. It's like when you go and stay in a hotel, and then you you get out and you realize like the floor is all slippery wet, and then like you're like, as a young man, you don't mind that so much, but as an older man, you get out and the floor is all slippery like that. It could be hazardous to your health. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, and at the hotel room, they never give you a high quality towel. It's more like an extended wash rag, my friend.
Yeah, really. Like it's kind of like, you ever see that movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, where he uses all the towels and like they're hanging everywhere. And when Steve Martin's taking his shower, he runs out of hot water, and then he's looking for a towel to dry his face with. And Dell's got his underwear in the sink, and then when Steve Martin goes and rinses his face off, he gets a big old face full of Dell's underwear. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I vaguely remember that.
Oh yeah, it was gross. But it looks like we do have one viewer. Oh no, they went away. They went away when I was talking about Dell's underwear.
Well, maybe they will return once they get done laughing hysterically at that joke you just told.
Oh, they might, yeah. Well, hey, it's been hot outside, as you know. It probably has been in Florida as well. And
Mm-hmm.
and I made a video earlier of me digging up garlic.
All right. Well, that sounded like a very intriguing video.
Well, I mean, it's only 10 minutes long, and I thought.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
Must have had a lot of garlic.
I did. I had like 85 garlics.
Oh wow! So you're averaging a garlic per 8.5 garlics per minute. That's pretty good time, though.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Here in Southern Illinois, we have a lot of vampires. Like, we've had an increasingly amount of vampire population. So I had to come prepared.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the state of the world today, you can never have enough garlic, I guess.
Oh my gosh, the state of the world. It's going crazy in this world, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think the hell in a handbasket is quite the exact. The expression just seems underrated given the current circumstances.
Maybe hell in a 5-gallon bucket would be more accurate.
Oh yeah, that could be I can see how you could go with that expression. A handbasket just seems too delicate and fragile.
Yeah, I imagine if there was hell and it was contained in something, a container of some sort, like it would be the Home Depot 5-gallon bucket, but not just any ordinary Home Depot 5-gallon bucket, like one of those Home Depot 5-gallon buckets with like paint running down the side and dirty mud on the Home Depot logo, and like there's a little bit of blood splatters on the inside, and there's like it's just the handle's all gnawed off on top.
Yeah, and it looks like it's secure, but as soon as you pick it up, it's ready to just drop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I do know what you mean. Speaking of the world today is. I think I don't know if you've heard, but I'm pretty sure you probably have. But these falsy email leak. Have you heard of this falsy email leak thing?
Yeah, why do you think I have so much garlic? He's one of the vampires I speak of.
Antonio Falsetto.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most famous vampires there is. In fact, I think he's one of the head vampires.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's definitely up there. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. On a serious level, though, this dude has fed us so many lies, like it's not even funny. Here at the Mandela family community, like we had our finger on the pulse the whole time. Like I'm not saying everything that we thought was right, but definitely most of the things that we thought what we were talking about was right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we were privy to inside information or anything, but uh, it's weird how when you've been saying something for a long time on your channel, and then people, and it goes against the mainstream narrative or whatever, and then slowly but surely, the world comes to realize that hey, maybe the tinfoil hat club had something right for a change, and I think this is one of those classic examples.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny when things start to come together. It's kind of like everything that's dark, everything that's hidden in the dark. Sooner or later, it does come to the light, and it's just like I'm not comparing this to all the other stuff that's going on, but it's kind of like the UFO thing. It's kind of like for many decades now, they've denied UFOs and they said UFOs don't exist and they're out of existence. And everybody that's ever said they've witnessed a UFO and they showed pictures and videos, they've been denied. And they've been shut down, and they've said, oh no, that's something else. That's a winter balloon or blah blah blah.
Swamp gas, my friend. It's just swamp gas.
Swamp gas,
Nothing to
yeah.
see here. Move along.
But my point is, eventually that came to the light because now they're admitting willingly, and what I mean by they, I mean like mainstream media is admitting willingly.
The Pentagon. Yeah, the Pentagon.
Pentagon, yeah. But I don't want to get too deep into the whole Fosse thing. I don't know if we're, how far can we really talk about it? Like, how deep can we really go?
Well, I mean, I want to say this. This is a little thing. I mean, let's rewind. Let's go back a year. All right.
Let's set the clocks back a year.
We need that like thing where we see the clock spinning backwards and.
Well, I was thinking about the Joker when he says, "Let's set the clocks back a year."
Okay.
What happened? Did your balls drop off? He's talking about the Batman.
Right. So, I mean, when we first seen Mr. Fosse himself, come up on the TV, and he seemed like a respectable enough guy. He seemed like he had his act together. He seemed trustworthy enough, and he was a voice of the people, for the people, an expert in his field, if you will, and we all gave him the benefit of the doubt, right? He said, it might, there's no need to wear a thing. It might protect you from a droplet or two, and then fast forward a couple months. Oh man, you definitely need to wear one of those. And as a matter of fact, two would he be even better than just one? And I know, right? And countless examples of him flipping and flopping and flapping and pooping.
He flipped and flopped and flapped and flipped more than a sea bass up on the mound, the sand dunes of Los Isley Spaceport.
You could almost call it like a game of Simon Says, but take out the word Simon and insert the word Fosse. And if you didn't watch the news for like a whole month in a row, you were doing the wrong thing because you were going by the old information of what he said last week. So I don't know. To me, I think that it's one of those things where, like you said, the truth eventually finds its way to the surface. And when you're full of crap, eventually you get exposed of being full of crap. And I think it all started with, I mean, not to make it too political, but if you go back and you look at when Fosse was getting grilled by Rand Paul in those Senate hearings about a month or two ago, you could just tell that Rand Paul knew that Fosse was a fraud. And he was hell bent on exposing him as such a fraud. Ooh. And he grilled him, and he grilled him about the whole lab leak theory. And the thing is, he was trying to get out on a technicality. Well, no, I never directly had anything to do with it. Okay, well, directly and indirectly, either way, if you follow the money trail, it does seem like there is proof that the
Yeah, well, I got
research
something to tell
funding.
you. I
Okay,
got
go
something
ahead.
to tell you. Charles Manson didn't directly kill those people. Technically, he didn't kill anyone. He had somebody kill for him. So, Dr. Fossey saying technically he didn't have anything to do with it really is kind of a cop out,
Yeah. But he's basically just trying to hide his connection, how he was involved. He just don't want to. He just didn't want to admit that. And
I'm not
I
saying
think,
that Dr. Anthony Fraudsey, I'm not comparing him to Charles Manson by any means, but you do see what I'm trying to say there, though, don't you?
oh yeah, and you were a conspiracy theorist because basically you agreed with what our former president was saying, right? He was the one saying all of this stuff about Wuhan, right?
Yeah.
But now that it's all, now that now that the election is over, now that there's not a presidential campaign hanging in the wind, the dust is all settled on that. Now it seems like let's, and the pressure is on to understand where it originated, and all signs keep pointing that direction. I guess it's safe to go ahead and admit that all signs do point that direction. And to be honest with you, it doesn't matter to me at this point uh, if it came from Barbados, if it came from Disney World, if it came from Antarctica. It still sucks,
The
And
thing is we know about this one. How many other things was he lying to us about, or how many other things was he not telling us, or you know what I mean? It's like,
not only him, but how many other ways are we being deceived in general
yeah,
by the media? And it's I feel like I've blown this horn so many times that it's just out of air. So I'm just going to take the horn. I'm going to set it down, and let's we probably already said enough to get YouTube in a uproar. So maybe we should
yeah.
maybe we should just keep it moving. If you're interested in the subject matter that we're discussing, I mean, it's not hard to find. There are other content creators and other media outlets covering it quite extensively, but it is definitely the talk of the town, the buzz, if you will.
Yeah, I seen it on Conservative Twins. That's one place you could watch it.
Yeah, Tim Pool's been covering it quite extensively as well, along with many others. So.
But I don't think just talking about that's going to get us in trouble, will it?
I don't know. I just don't want to see your channel come under any scrutiny, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, it can't come under any further scrutiny than the masked YouTuber has. By the way, if anyone doesn't know about the masked YouTuber, it's a new channel that this guy, I'm not going to say who he is. I think his name's Kevin. He started this YouTube channel, and he told me to tell you guys, well, he more likely strong-armed me into telling you guys to please go over and watch his channel. I will send a link in the description.
Oh, so he's blackmailing you into supporting his channel, is he?
Yes.
Okay, well, I can understand that. So I'll play along too. Go check out the masked YouTuber.
Man.
Guess who dropped a new music video today?
Wait a minute. Somebody dropped a new music video today?
Good old Tom McDonald.
Tom McDonald had a song. E-I-E-I-O. All right. Cool.
And and does a pretty damn good job of it. It almost makes me wish that I was Canadian, so that I could talk so much crap about our country, and it not and then in myself not have to be included in the joke. As an American citizen, I proudly have an American flag waving in my backyard as we speak. I'm very patriotic, mind you. I find the truth about our country sometimes hard to accept, my friend. And hearing a Canadian break it down better than any average American, that in itself offends me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I don't really think about these things, but I see your point. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm a lightweight fan of Tom McDonald, and I just thought I'd at least mention it in case you are as well, or anybody out there listening. Sometimes
Well,
we'll
we
play
have.
his songs, but I didn't
Mhm.
know if you wanted to or not, but we could like break down some of those things that he says and decide if we agree or disagree with the points he's trying to make.
Well, here, yeah, we will here in a minute, but I want to get into something real quick.
All right, well, I'm all for it.
You know, Green Day. Green Day. They made a song a long time ago called "American Idiot," and I didn't really think about it back then because I didn't, my mind just was not going in that direction. Like, what could they have been talking about? But when you think about songs like American Idiot and songs like that of that nature, when you're younger, you don't get it. Like you don't get what
No,
they're
you're
talking.
singing. I'm proud to be an American idiot, and you don't realize the joke's really on you, right?
Well, not that. It's not so much that they're making fun of America because I think they're Canadian as well.
Right, right.
Um, but I think it's so much that they're self-aware. They're self-aware. Their fans are becoming self-aware that America really has fell to the wayside. And
Yeah, were you going to describe the bucket for me one more time?
right, it has. But even back then, it wasn't so much about America itself, but the politics and the politicians and the people who had their hands in the dirty money pot. It wasn't
hmm
about America as in America the free and the brave and the beautiful. It
Well,
was about
I think there's two different Americas. I think there's America pre 9/11 and there's America post 9/11.
hmm,
And I even personally, I saw the whole world differently before 9/11. I believed that my country tis of thee and all that stuff, from sea to signing sea. I really was like, I
did you
really
just say
believed.
see the shining cheese?
Yeah, signing cheese or
Signing
whatever.
cheese. Yes, that's
Yeah,
signing cheese.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I
no.
really felt like we were the country that everybody wanted to be like. I had a lot of I even somewhat believed in our government and our institution, and I had doubts, mind you, just like anybody else did from time to time, but for the most part my belief system felt pretty firm. But ever since 9/11, it's felt not so much. You know what I mean?
Well, I could agree to disagree. I mean, I have always felt about America how I do feel about America, but I'll put it to you this way.
Oh, I don't mean America, the country. I mean our system, our
Oh
our
yeah, the
yeah,
system. Yes,
yeah,
yeah, the
the
system.
government, the
You know,
politicians, the media, the powers in charge. I feel that it's corrupt all the way to the tippy top.
and you know what? I want to get back to like what we're talking about when we were talking about the whole Fosse thing. It reminds me of this documentary I saw in Vietnam, and how the American people were lied to, and they were deceived, not deceited. Deceited? Is that even a word? They were deceived at the same time into thinking that, a lot of young men joined up the armed forces for two reasons. Number one, a lot of them knew they were going to get drafted anyway. And number two, they thought they were actually performing their patriotic duty. And, so did a lot of other people. But as it turned out, they were lied to and deceived. And the government was actually involved in the whole thing just so they can get funding from other countries, because we were about to go bankrupt. And that's why we got involved in the war, because we thought, number one, we thought we were America. We thought we were unstoppable, this unstoppable force that couldn't be defeated. So we were going to go over there and take over, what was it, South Vietnamese?
Oh yeah, you talking about the Vietnam War?
Yeah, the Vietnam War.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that a lot of wars are started because we get funding for them. Like the relief funds are all relieved over to us. We can declare it a war. I forget what it's called exactly, but
It's the military industrial complex, my friend.
Yeah, what you just said. So there's a lot of gains to be made if there's a war, but unlike like when Donald Trump was president for 4 years, there was no conflict, and I think that really pissed off a lot of people in high places. And
yeah, I mean, there's some truth to that. The military industrial complex makes their money off of building missiles, launching missiles, and then slowly, reforming that country to become somebody to eventually buy more missiles and use more missiles. And it just, I mean, it's slowly but surely that's what we came to realize was going on over in the Middle East. I mean, post 9/11. Yeah,
our government makes up this boogeyman because we have no real true enemies nowadays. Like Russia, we're at peace with, or we were. China, we were at peace with China for the longest time, but then China is, of course, doing things behind our backs, and they are, of course, responsible. I won't go into it. I don't think.
Let me set a stage for you, okay?
Yeah.
Let's go back to 2019, and we all know who was the president. And do you remember him putting those heavy sanctions on China? And he said, we're no longer going to be China's little biatch. And we're going to start. We're going to level the playing field, and we're not going to let them become the superpower that we are. And we're on our back and on our blood, sweat, and tears. So we're going to make them pay tariffs to send everything over here, and we're not going to. Let them use forced child labor and all that kind of stuff. We're going to make it so that we can start, reintegrate our industrial age, right? And start making more products here in the U.S. And in January, that was all supposed to kick into effect. China had agreed to it begrudgingly because they still wanted to be able to ship us stuff, right? Yeah. Well, wouldn't you know, right about the same time that all that was supposed to start happening, and China was supposed to start paying us back what they owed us and all this kind of stuff. Guess what happened?
Who won?
The epidemics. All of a sudden, here it is, boom, and the first check never came. They sent us something completely different than a check, my friend.
Well, yeah.
and now at the time our economy was booming, everything was looking great. The media wouldn't admit to it, but we know the numbers were real. Unemployment was at an all-time low. You know,
Yeah.
everything was cranking right along and looked a lot like it was going to, better days were ahead. But then, you know, we received our
Look what
special
happened.
delivery, and
Yeah.
and
Look what happened, and look what
yeah,
that caused. That caused
yeah.
our economy to collapse. It caused
Hmm.
small business to shut down. It caused big business to slow down. It caused all the collapse of the movie theaters and the grocery stores. And there was that whole big toilet paper panic of 2019 or 2020.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, exactly. So that's all I'm saying. And you decide for yourselves. It's just funny how quick we forget. The details surrounding it, because if you're counting on the mainstream media to remind you of such said details, they rewrite the history to fit the narrative, but they don't tell you exactly what happened, how it happened, the way it happened. And there's countless examples of that. That's just one of many.
here's the facts. I mean, here's the facts. These are facts that I will tell. These aren't things, this is not my opinion. We're watching the news, and on the mainstream news, the lady reporter asked Trump the question. She asked him, why do you refer to it as the Chinese virus? And he answered her honestly. He goes, because it came from China. And we all remember that. That was on the news. That you fact checkers out there who think you're gonna shut down my YouTube channel, you go ahead and fact check that.
What did he say again? He said it came from where?
He said it like this. He goes, because it came from China.
China. Yeah, that's what he
China.
said. All right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But they could fact check this, and I don't think we'll get a strike for saying this because it was on the news.
No, and he was considered, for lack of a better word, racist for calling it that, right? But
Yeah.
he was just simply trying to state the origin, where it came from. But the people with TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, they they
I like
they
that.
yeah, they couldn't stand it, that everything else he said is so offensive. He must, or in their mind, is a lie. He must be lying about this. So the media, was anti, you know wouldn't support him in his conclusion. They actually accused him of being a racist instead. But fast forward to today, we have the variant in India, and the media keeps referring to it as the India variant. Why are you guys calling it the India variant? You
Yeah.
racist media, you. Well, it's because it's coming from India. Well, gee, isn't that the pot
Hmm.
calling the kettle black?
It's funny. Our current president, like, anytime he says pretty much the exact same thing that Trump would say, like anytime he says anything that's mildly racist, and my opinion, now this is just my opinion, anytime he says something that's directly racist, the media just ignores it. They just go, what did he say? Oh, let's just move on. Never mind. He didn't say
Yeah, he,
anything.
he just had a thing yesterday or today, speaking to I forget the exact quote, but he did just that, and yeah, they just glossed right over it. Or he's making obscure weirdo remarks about some little girl, and the media just glosses right over it. I mean, they're basically, he can't do no wrong. I mean, I mean, they're practically finishing his sentences for him. I mean, at this point, I
Yeah,
think they're actually. If he's reading the teleprompter, it was probably written from
oh
somebody in the
yeah,
media. I mean,
definitely.
it's just. I mean, it just seems like a big charade, a big. I don't know. I can't. As much as I want to stay in the know, I can't. I can't stand knowing.
Yeah, I know. But here's the thing. I'm going to talk about it just for. I'm going to say just this one thing, and then we'll move on to the next topic.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
But just I forget what day it was, but it was just the other day. They were asking him questions, and he was getting ready. I think he was getting ready to answer some of their questions, and then he pauses and goes, "You know what? I better not answer those questions. I might get myself in trouble." He says that. He says, "I'm going to get myself in trouble," and then he said something along the lines of, "They haven't told me what to say, so I better not. I better just." I think he played it off as a joke. Or they made it like he was joking, but I don't think he was joking. I think he was dead serious, my friend.
Oh no, that was probably the only true thing he said all day.
Yeah. I know. But that's all I wanted to say about that. And we got to move on to other topics because we do have a lot to talk about here today at the Mashed Potato Friday broadcast.
For sure.
Like I know that's supposed to be blonde hair on you, but it almost looks like a construction hat. And it kind of looks like you do have that construction worker vibe on you. You got the yellow construction hat and the sunglasses. And I know that's supposed to be a goatee, but it almost looks like a Fu Manchu. It's like you can't see the bottom part too well. So you do look like that construction guy.
Yeah, the shadow makes it look like a Fu Manchu. And
Yeah.
what's up with the pink purse, my friend? Why do I have a pink purse?
I don't know. I wanted you to be politically correct.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's about as politically correct as you can get.
I look like I have white eyebrows. I don't know what's going on there, but look at this. Look. It almost looks like I have like a white eyebrow going across my face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
That's weird.
You definitely have a crazy expression going on, like somebody just surprised you or something.
Yeah, well, I think they were coming at me with a mashed potato masher.
Oh, okay, yeah, or they were chasing you with a deep fryer?
Yes, the deep fry basket. Get in here. But there's a lot of people who had a lot of questions about my gardening. They wanted to know everything there is to know about garlic. And
they were like, Hebrew, tell us, how does your garden grow?
that's exactly what they said. And I said, with a little bit of work and a lot of imagination. And
Now you got me thinking of a Willy Wonka song.
Oh, man. Yeah. In this garden, you will find a world of pure imagination. Yeah. No, but a recent video that I did, and I think 10 people watched it, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, dang.
I don't know if you watched it or not, but
no, I think I was not incapacitated.
But I think you had some questions about garlic as well. And I think this will answer your questions about garlic.
Yeah, I was curious as to how often you get to reap the rewards of it. Like if it comes in all year round, like tomatoes do, or if you just get one big harvest at the end of the year. I wasn't sure about that.
Well, here is a video that will explain most of those questions and a whole lot more. So what do you say we check it out?
Would it be in my best interest to protest at this point?
No. Uh-oh. What's going on here?
YouTube doesn't want to play your video.
Oh. Dang it, YouTube. What do you mean you don't want to play my video? You know what it is? YouTube is a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
And they know there's so much garlic going on in this video, they don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, you're probably going to have to refresh the screen or something. There it goes.
Yeah. All right. Here we go, my friend. Whoop.
Hey everybody, Hebro77 here, keeping it real. I basically wanted to show you guys I've been pulling garlic up, and a lot of people have come to me with their questions and their concerns about garlic and how to raise it, and so I'm not going to show you how to raise it. That will be on another video in September.
See how I hold the suspense?
Yeah, it takes a Hebrew to raise a garlic.
That's right. It takes a whole Hebrew.
But basically,
Or Hebrew using the hoe. I forget how that went.
the outline is you plant your garlic in September and you harvest it in June or July. And right now it's, I believe, the 4th of June. And how you can tell when your garlic is ready to come out of the ground is it will lay flat. The tops will lay flat. And then you basically get you a pitchfork. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So here we go. See here, I basically got several garlics. I think I got about 50. I got them in pairs of 10. So we go 10, 20, 30, 40. Got 40 garlics. I'm going to walk down here. We've had lots of rain, so I still have to mow the yard and do some tilling. My garden kind of looks crappy at the moment.
Now, can you pause it for a second?
Sure.
Now, the green stalks, those kind of look like green onions. Well, could you use them in your cooking as well?
No. Those are pretty well nasty. You want to throw them away.
Okay, just asking for a friend.
They're kind of like the consistency of corn stalks.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
There. And 10 more here. That makes 50. And I got some around. Now, whoa, almost fell. Now, normally I don't have the weeds, but for some odd reason this year when I planted my garlic, I had a ton of weeds that grew. And the garlic, you see, I've been working.
I think what happened was, see, you're supposed to, once you got your garlic planted in the ground, you're supposed to cover it with straw.
Oh, okay.
But I think instead of straw, the guy sold me hay. And, hay is used for growing grass, as everybody knows. And the difference between hay and straw is hay still has the seed in it. So when I put that hay on there, it grew hay. It grew the weeds that are hay. So
basically what you're trying to say is straw is for garlic, hay is for horses.
Exactly.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Along here, so I'm going to show you.
Yeah, you can tell that's the consistency of hay.
So what we want to do is we want to get in here with our pitchfork, and you can tell the garlic from the weeds. This, of course, is garlic stalks. It almost kind of resembles corn stalks in a way. And what you want to do is you want to get behind the garlic. You don't want to stab it because that's going to destroy the garlic. You take your pitchfork, put it to the ground, about maybe 4 or 5 inches away.
More like about 6 inches.
From where you see your stalk, you see where I got my shovel, and then you're going to lift it just slowly, and then you take and you grab, and there's your garlic. The reason we want to do it this way, because sometimes if you try to pull it out of the ground, it'll break off from the stalk, and you don't want to do that. So anyway, let me demonstrate one more time. Of course, this is very muddy ground right now, so you got a lot of mud. So you take your pitchfork. Let me see if the camera can pick it up. Very sunshiny out here. I should have started this early in the morning. But anyway, these, of course, are all weeds. So you want to pull all your weeds first before you get started if you got weeds. And then you take your, again, with your pitchfork, you want to get behind the stalk. So you can tell that's a garlic stalk because it's got a red head on it. You want to get that much space between you and the garlic. Stick your pitchfork in and pull up. And there's your garlic.
So you could see the red down here towards the head. That's how you could tell.
All right, I'm with you.
And like I said, you got to be very careful. You don't want to stab this. And there you go. These aren't so big. And then what you do, if you got a glob of dirt like that, you take and you just hit it against. That's a small piece of garlic. Like that. That's how you get rid of the excess dirt. Like that. And there you have it. Now that you get your garlic all laid out, which I have about 85 garlic, you gotta take a string.
You've got more garlic sitting there than Sandy Diva has for a Mandela effect residue.
Yeah, I guess so, my friend. I never thought of it that way.
Thing the string like this, or just any twine will do, really. And let's see here. Get it about, I don't know. Let's see. Get it about that long. You're going to want enough string because you're going to have to hang these up. So what you do is, so you take your string and then you're going to want to put it underneath your garlic. And you're going to want to bring it closer to the middle. You got your string up here closer to the top, and then you're going to want to tie it dustly. Loose knot there to demonstrate. You're going to want to do it twice or even 3 times, depending on. You don't want to get it too tight because you don't want these stalks to break, but you don't want to get it too loose either because they'll slip out of the stalks, and you'll see why here in just a second. You're going to want to take your string.
My voice changed.
And now follow me. Now we have meat hooks, but you may not have meat hooks in your garage. So you may not, you don't need a meat hook or do this. You could use there you go. You could use a nail, put a nail on the board or whatever. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to tie these up and have them hanging for about a week or so that all the moisture, they dry up real good.
You see how green those stalks are? What I forgot to point out in the video is how you know they're completely dry and ready to clip is when the stalks start turning yellow. They start turning a yellowish color. So,
and then after they get nice and dry, well, that might be another video, but basically you clip these from their stalks, and when they're dry like that, you can clip them basically with just scissors, and then clip the heads and throw the heads, or the tails, and throw the tails in the trash. There you go. Now, I usually let mine hang for about a month or so, and then I'll clip them. Now, we got meat hooks all over the place. We used to hunt deer, and of course, that's where we would hang our deer, right here in the garage. So, yeah, I'm going to put another one there, put another one there, put one there, and maybe over there. I'm going to have to take these cans down. We're going to have to get these cans out of here, really, to be honest with you. I bet there's about $30 worth of cans over in here. Well, that's pretty much it. You just keep doing that till all your garlics is hung up, and that's it. I'm getting out of it.
All right. got a question for you.
All right,
Now,
hang
what,
on. What's up?
now, when you go out in the garage, will you smell the garlic?
Oh yeah, it gives
Yeah.
off an immense odor of garlics.
All right. So just hanging out in the garage now, you'd go back in the house and you'd smell like garlic.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
See all those weeds? A lot of weeds. Over here, you can see I got some pepper plants. Those are ready to go down. Of course, it's been raining, so if I till right now, it's going to be way too muddy to work with. We want the ground nice and loose to break it up. We want it nice and dry, not muddy. So here we got the ground. It's too muddy right now. Maybe by Sunday, I get all this cleaned up. It's a mess. But anyway, you see, these plants here are getting shade. And over here, where it looks like I have weeds, these are actually onions. Let's see if we can find an onion in here amongst the grass. I'm not sure why my functions is coming on my camcorder right now. That's actually where I picked onions in the past. There you go. There's a nice little onion there. And there's some more onions there. I have bigger onions, it's just I picked most of the bigger ones earlier on. So there's a few onions there that haven't quite matured yet. So what I'm going to try to do later on is just all of those onions as much as possible, so I go ahead and mow that down, and then I'm going to till that spot and maybe put some more pepper plants in that area. So that's pretty much it for this video. It's been a short one. But if you like my garden videos and you want to see more like this, maybe you want to see me actually, maybe plant some tomato plants or something like that, or you might have questions, just let me know in the comments section down below, and I'll see you in the next. Bye for now. Thanks for watching this video. For more videos like this one and live streams every Sunday and Tuesday, please hit that subscribe button. And if you don't want to miss any of these videos or fine schwein live streams, click the notification bell as well. Thanks for watching and have a fabulous day.
There you go.
All right. There you have it. Everything you wanted to know about Hebrews garlic and how does it grow.
How does your
You got
garlic grow?
you got a nice little farm there, man. I have to admit, I wouldn't go so far as to say I'm envious of it, but I wish I had the garden as well. Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, it'll get better as it goes along. I mean, I got a lot of cleaning up to do. It's, like I said in the video, we've had so much rain. It's been so rainy in there, and it's so muddy and just everything's gross. So once all that dries up, like I said in the video, you don't want to till in mud because you can't really plant anything in mud. It's too harsh to plant. So you want it nice and dry and flaky,
Understood. With that being said, I thought I should tell you. Speaking of rain, I'm hearing some thunder and lightning on the horizon. So if I was to fall out, it would be because of lightning. So it isn't like over my head yet or anything, but I hear it off in the distance. And sometimes I hear lightning and it never actually makes its way to me. Heck, half the time that's the case because I have the ocean on one side of me about, 15 miles from where I live is the Atlantic Ocean. And then like less than a quarter mile of where I live is Tampa Bay. So I got a big body of water, on either side of me. And that's where thunderstorms like to develop. They sometimes they just develop and they stay over the water, and they never. I won't even see a drop of rain, but I'll hear thunder and lightning all afternoon. So it could just be one of those type of days as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, Saji. What else did you have to share with us?
Just that Tom McDonald video. That's really all I had.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and play that sucker.
Yeah, you'll have to look it up on YouTube. I'm sure it's easy to find. If you type in Tom
Sure.
McDonald snowflake, it should come right up.
Let's see here. Not people are stupid. That's a different one. Donald. Huh. Says reaction.
No, you don't want the reactions. We're going to give our reaction. We don't want to watch somebody else's reaction.
Right. All I'm getting is reaction.
I could get the link for you. Hold on a second.
Hold on. Maybe if I take that part off of the search. Let's see. Okay, there's the video. All right.
Oh, you got it?
I got the video, sir.
All right.
Now, Tom McDonald does allow us to share these videos, right?
Yeah, he's not I mean, everybody and their brother's doing a reaction on it today. He's not going to copyright strike you. I mean, if we was to dog it out, maybe. But I don't think we're going to do that.
All right, well, here we go. Here's our reaction video.
Before you start it, are you familiar with the term snowflake?
Well, of course.
And I would imagine most of our audience is as well. And it's more than just a form of frozen precipitation, my friend.
Yes. Yes, I'm well aware of that. Snowflake is a very delicate human being who's sensitive and gets their feelings hurt easily. Basically.
Yes. Pretty much everything offends them. Anything you could possibly imagine. Not putting my can in the recycle bin those would be fighting words for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But here we go, man. Let's check it out while we're at it. Here we are.
If you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. When they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. You think taking guns away will save our kids from the killings? But your
all right.
Abortion kills way more children.
Yo, what's up?
You're going to have to be ready to pause it every, I don't know, 20 or 30 seconds because he says so much so fast. So we'll miss it. Right there, right off the rip. If you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. And if you're lying to the public, you're just a politician.
Right.
I mean, I know that's kind of obvious, but just saying. So just have your hand ready on that pause button. That's all I guess what I'm saying.
Well, if I'm going to have my hand ready on the pause button, then I'm going to do a few things. Let me refill my drink.
All right.
And go to the bathroom right quick.
All right. Well, go ahead and do that.
You guys talk amongst yourselves. You and the other Saji.
Well, do you have a word from Lindell or something you want to play in the interim?
No, not at this time, sir.
Oh, okay.
You caught me off guard.
You thought you were just going to get to walk away and not have to participate. I see.
Yeah.
I see exactly what you. I'm glad I corrected your misconception of what was happening here. So, are you making a garlic cocktail, my friend? What would be a Bloody Mary? I guess would be the closest thing to a garlic cocktail.
Well, that would definitely be better than an avocado fasciato.
Okay, yeah. Have you made an avocado fashada ever in real life? I'll take that as probably a no. Well, here's how much I enjoy drinking. I have some hard seltzer, I guess, in the fridge. I got it yesterday, and when I was buying it, I haven't had a drink of alcohol in over a year probably. And I bought it yesterday at the store because I thought, maybe on a hot summer day here in the near future, um, I'll crack into one of them here in the next few days, And they've been in my fridge now for 24 a full 24 hours.
Well, I'll
And
tell you what.
I don't even want one. I'm not even the least bit concerned about drinking one. I probably wasted my money and shouldn't even have bought them.
I have beer in my fridge. The other day, I was going to cook something, and I forget exactly what it was, and I'm like, well, I need to cook this with a little bit of beer in it. And I grabbed my beer can, and before I poured that beer in there, I looked at the can, and it said October 2020, and I was like, I don't think I really want to push it. And I opened it up, and it had a funny smell to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just said, nah, the hell with it. So that's how long it's been since I actually had a drink. The last time I actually had a drink of alcohol was in January 1st.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so you don't drink much, very much either then, I guess.
No, not at all. I've got a bottle of Fireball, been sitting there for nearly a year, over a year.
All right.
In fact, it'll be a year next month.
Well, that stuff ages pretty well. You could probably go a whole year, another year, and not drink it. It'd still be okay.
Oh yeah, I mean that basically whiskey with cinnamon in it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, let's play on.
If America's so terrible and racist, it probably isn't safe to encourage immigration. Just saying, all the contradictions are embarrassing.
Well, that's a really good point right there. If America is so racist, it's probably not a good idea to encourage immigration. You know how they're just kind of open the borders, and letting all the people from South America just kind of rush in here and say, "Oh, you're all welcome," But they're walking on, but at the same time, they're claiming our country is so racist. So why would all these people want to come here? Should we encourage them to come to our racist land, right?
Well, yeah, but at the same time, they're the ones being deceived, my friends. It's like,
Yes, they are.
they were told by our so-called president that, oh, we're gonna open up all the borders. All you guys can just come in here. And then, well, what do you know? As soon as they start doing such a thing, he's like, oh, well, wait a minute, not so fast.
Yeah, I know, right? That is really like the biggest crisis they got going on right now, I would say, besides the whole epidemic thing.
Mm-hmm. And then you got memes of Trump saying, "You miss me yet?"
Yeah, and you know what? He finally had the border somewhat under control. They weren't piling in droves finally for the first time in decades. But as soon as they heard Biden won the election, they all started packing up their alligator suitcases.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's such a shame because they have high hopes for America. Like everyone who lives in those third world countries, of course they pine for America because we got it so much better than they do. And that's why they want to come here to make a fresh start. But at the same time, you have people that are in those countries that are, illegal cartels, and they have the drugs and they have the sex trafficking and all of that stuff, and it ruins it for legitimate people who are poor and just want to come here just to be an American because they hear so much good stuff about us.
I can contest to that. I Uber quite often, because it's something that I do. I don't have my own vehicle, and usually when I go somewhere, I Uber, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, my Uber driver is a person of Hispanic descent and has recently came to the country, and they're a good quality individual. I mean, they got a lot of times you'll see a picture of their wife or their family on the display, like you imagine like a cab driver in a movie or something, and I have a pleasant conversation with them. They speak well enough English that they can talk, and you can tell that they're just trying to make their way. And there's probably so many examples of that,
Yeah.
where it's just a person just really trying to find a new a new way of success, from the ground up, the land of opportunity, right? Where there is no opportunity there. The only opportunity there is to work on some type of farm and make little to nothing. You can't support a family. You'll never be anything more than what you are. And that's the reason why they want to come. And like you said, it takes there's always going to be a few bad apples that ruin it for everyone. I'm not for open borders, don't get me wrong, but I do think that people who come through legitimately deserve a fair shake.
Yes.
Those who do not so much. But let's keep the video going.
Oh yes.
You know who hates America the most? Americans. Trigger warnings used to be on TV for seizures, and now they're everywhere to protect.
All right, pause it again. You know who hates America the most? Americans. You know what I thought of when I heard that line?
What's
You know who hates Star Wars the most?
Oh yeah, Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do an awful lot of bitching about Star Wars. Well,
yeah.
And I mean that's understandable because they're compassionate about Star Wars.
Well, yeah, and you get an idea in your mind of what Star Wars is, and you come to a certain expectation, and you want more of that. And then somebody else takes over, and they screw up the plot line, and they introduce new characters, and they totally turn the whole franchise upside down, and it's no longer a resemblance of what it once was, right?
Right.
I think that's kind of what's happening here as well.
It's like the guy from Philly that comes to Chicago and orders a Philly cheesesteak, but doesn't get his whatever the Philly cheesesteak in Philly comes with, and he's like, no, this ain't no Philly cheesesteak. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, exactly. And he's used to having mustard on it, and they served it with mayonnaise. Ask Sandy Davis; she'll tell you.
Oh yeah.
Feelings. He, she, his, him, hers, them, they. Screw a pronoun, cause everyone's a retard these days. You're preaching at the protest that hatred's the problem, but hating straight men, white folks, and Christians is common. Coca-Cola telling people they should be less white. They preach tolerance, but if you disagree, they fight. There's a race war here, elections based on fear. Black lives only matter once every 4 years. So
that's a good point. We said this before, and
it's almost like Tom McDonald listens to Shifty Sunday, isn't it?
It really is. It's like, when did you see them last time? Was when 4 years ago, I think it was 2016. That was the riots that took place in St. Louis 4 years ago. Remember?
Oh yeah, and then was there a president election about 4 years before that? Oh yeah, I remember him being in the news then too.
Yeah.
Soldiers died for this country, and every one of us benefits. Give welfare to the bums and forget about the veterans. Black folks and white folks divided by the news, but we are all the same. We are red, white, and blue. Ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Because honestly, we are all ashamed of you too. Y'all are so dirty. Oh no. The forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa. You can't make us see it your way. No way. Gasoline and propane. Your flames. Oh no. more snowflakes. They set us up to fail, that's what they built the system for. Put an ammunition shop across the street from a liquor store. Empowering women used to be different than this before. The role models got OnlyFans or dance on a stripper pole. Screw it, I ain't tripping, I don't mean to be mean. But if our children are the future, then our future is bleak. They take an Adderall to focus, hit McDonald's to eat. They're addicted to phones and they take Xanax to sleep. They blurred the lines dividing communism and democracy. In 2021, we rate the patriots as Nazis. The men playing women's sports get trophies for winning. Like, great, let's celebrate a man for beating some women. If you're black, your life matters, you're supposed to embrace it. If you're rich or you're smart, then you're probably Asian. If you're gay, then you're brave. All of that I'm okay with. But if you're white, the stereotype is you are a racist. Blaming capitalism.
Pause it.
Yo.
That last line right there was hit home with me pretty well too. All those things, all those stereotypes he mentioned, and then to end it with "you're white, they must you must be racist." It really does seem like the media would convince you that if you're white and you're somewhat successful and you're doing well for yourself, and you got a house and a car and you're providing for your family, you must be racist.
Yeah. And just like the Coca-Cola thing, be less white, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's almost like I don't know. But let's go ahead and keep it going.
The reason things are tough when you tweet from an iPhone and sip on a Starbucks. You're supporting what you stand against. You don't think you are, but a Percocet addict don't donate money to pharma. Damn, dog, we're all afraid to speak the truth. And the more afraid we get, the more we hate the ones who do. You're ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Because honestly, we are all ashamed of you too. Y'all are so fake. Oh no. The forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa. You can make us see it your way. No way. Gasoline and propane for flames. Oh no. No more snowflakes. We can all get along, but there's no stopping. Everybody's wrong, it's a real problem. They don't want to hear it, but they still talking. Soon enough, we're running out of options. This ain't gonna end till it's in the coffin. We ain't gonna be friends till we try to squash it. I don't know how we can make amends when we drop it. Snowflakes melt when it's hot, kid. Y'all are snowflakes. Oh no. The forecast said that.
Yeah, I wonder if he knows Kevin. He wears a mask too sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say something about that. I hope those two aren't related.
Now the female in this video, she's a popular YouTuber and advocate for transgender rights in the way that she doesn't think that they should be able to compete in women's sports and all that, but they should still be recognized as a person should still be able to be recognized as a transgender if they really are, like if they were born that way, or if they. But she isn't a supporter of this. Today I identify as a female, so I'm going to go out and
right.
win awards. So she's made a name for herself. She's very popular, and he very rarely puts any type of like big booty or sexy female in his videos. But this one time he did it to prove a point, because he's proving that you can support that in a positive way. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So anyway, I thought that was a statement in and of itself, and I should point it out.
There you go. And also, I think maybe Kevin might have ripped this off somehow. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There you go.
Well, what did you think about that, man? Did you like it? Did you not like it? To me, I honestly, I'm kind of getting burned out a little bit on the whole Tom McDonald, because I feel like he repeats himself too often. Like the last 4 or 5 songs, he's mentioned something about Donald Trump, something about being white, something about BLM, something. I mean, it's almost like he needs. And I get that kind of like Star Wars fans want more Star Wars. Tom McDonald fans want more of the same Tom McDonald. But I do think that he needs to I don't know, expand his horizons a little bit, find new topics to talk about at least. But
Well,
at the same time, I enjoyed the song, but I want to hear what you have to say.
well, I mean, I liked it. I didn't hate it. I liked it. I like all of Tom McDonald's songs, and you know, it really would be cool if he watched Shifty Sunday once. I doubt that he does, but it'd be kind of cool if we actually started doing Shifty Sunday again.
Yeah, and then he showed up and watched it. Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah. So, but I do want to give a shout out to Tom McDonald, and I do want to put his video in the description.
Yeah, you should definitely do that.
So I'm going to do that right now at this time. And, I think we've had one hell of a show here today.
Yeah, I agree.
And, Saji, it's been good doing this again. It's been good. I know we did it on the other channel, but that other channel, I'm not saying it didn't count, but this is more of our forte. This is more of our thing that we do. That thing that we do, when we do our thing.
Yeah, we wear funny ears and hats, and I wear a purse, and we go live.
Because
Go, you know the thing.
Yeah, we do. You know what? But I do like, let go and throw our hair down every once in a while and do a off the wall silly broadcast like this that does have it doesn't have to be totally serious, but at the same time it did have some substance to it, and I do hope that more people watch it after the fact.
Yeah, they will, and that's how we roll, man. We put some substance in there, and then we roll it up in a flour tortilla of semi-funny jokes and hilariousness, right?
Yeah, speaking of tortillas, I got some spinach tortillas that after we are done going live, I'm gonna put some turkey meat in that sucker and some cheese and maybe even some salsa or something, and make me a couple tortillas. And
wow, that sounds like semi-healthy. Are you sure you want to eat that?
Yeah. Well, I do have my cholesterol is in good shape right now, from what I was told. And
well, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I want to keep up that trend. But Saji, I got to tell you, man, we got to do a Shifty Sunday someday soon.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes for this Sunday. Maybe we can even get Armor on board with us.
Yeah, I do miss Armor. I do miss that dynamic that we had. We were the three amigos at one time, and it seems like here lately there's been a lot going on in all of our lives, including you and I do want to bring this up real quick. Keith's dad, we haven't seen him in almost 3 weeks, and I do hope that he's doing well wherever he is. If he's listening to this broadcast, I really have some deep concerns about you, man, and I'm praying for you, dude. I hope that, I know that people need some time off, and because, it is a rocky road out there, and everybody needs time off from time to time, and maybe that's what he's doing, but I do wish him all the best of luck and hope to see him again soon.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be hearing from him. I think he's just doing a noble SD, my friend.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, just some time off, Everyone's got to have that. I had to have that. I said I was going to take some time off, but then I didn't. I did a few solo live streams, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, I again, we were all going through it. We're going to have our ups and downs, but when we're able to pull together, we will. So, I have a pretty good inclination that here within the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll get back in our groove again, and hopefully we'll hear from Keith's dad. Hopefully, Armor Up will be able to rejoin us on Shifty Sundays, and we'll be getting back into our regular program, so to speak.
Yeah, our regularly, I can't say regularly. Anyway, our normal scheduled programming.
There you go.
Yeah. So I had a good time with you, man, and we'll see all you guys. Wait, what's your final thoughts, man? You have any?
No, I think that pretty much covered it.
You know what I do want to do real quick before we go?
All right, go ahead.
I want to do a quick shout out to that one guy who watches our show sometimes, and he's a pretty cool guy, and you know he has a really good channel, and I know you check it out quite a bit, man. You go in his live stream sometimes, and I can't think of the name of the guy's channel. Help me out here.
Talking about Gypsy Road?
Yes, Gypsy. Good old Gypsy.
Yeah, Gypsy Road. I think his name is Tom, and the other guy is Dr. Wu.
Dr. Wu. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, so that's all I want to. That's the note that I want to leave on. Is everyone just go over and check out his channel, and hopefully someday we can have him on the show as well.
Yeah, I think we'll try to make that happen here in the next month or so. We'll come up with a good topic, and we'll invite them over, and we'll have we'll go down the Gypsy Road a little ways.
Yeah, go down, take a little stroll down Gypsy Road.
Mm-hmm. They're really cool guys. I'm not super familiar with everything they do, but I've been checking them out here for the past 4 to 6 weeks, and yeah, I think that they're not too. I think we'll all get along just fine, and that'll be an interesting collab if we all get on a panel together.
It would be. Speaking of collabs, I also want to do a small shout out to Bone Breaking Action. Me and Bone Breaking Action are going to do a small collab here someday soon, maybe next month, hopefully, if I can get with him on a certain thing that we need to do. And then, but until then, man, did you have any final thoughts at all? I forgot.
Nope, I'm good, man. I don't really have anything. I just let everybody know that we're still out here, and just be patient and keep checking back on Hebrew from Eternia channel, and you'll be seeing some Taco Tuesdays and some Shifty Sundays in your very not so distant future.
In the not so distant future, and the year something AD. I forgot how that song goes. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Mashed Potato Broadcast, and a very happy TGIF from Hebrew and Saji, and we'll see all you guys again real soon. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Good night. Well, that does it for tonight's show. I hope you've all had a good time, and we'll see you on the next. And remember, snakes don't always bite. Like this music?
How do you know about biting snakes here?
Huh? Who is that? Well, how dare you interrupt me during my...
Whoa. How do you know about biting snakes here? I don't think you've ever been bitten by a snake. You gotta be kidding me. Listen, you don't have to worry about getting bit by a snake as long as you just stay by a MyPillow. That's right, MyPillow. Go to MyPillow.com/Michael Lundell and buy a MyPillow today. Thank you. Getting bit by snakes. Why, I oughta.
Like I was saying, like the music, it's absolutely free. Well, it's been one heck of a show, but as all good things do, they must end. So, we'll see you next time. And remember, oh wait, I think I already did that one. Goodbye, everybody. Do. We'll see you next time.
Wait, you can't do your way out of this one. Boss of Silverhawks here. Oh, wait, that is the end of the show? Alright, well, good night everybody. By the way, you like this music? It's absolutely free.
No.
And no,
We already did that.
Can't have a pony. You phony baloney. Go get some stromboni. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Take that, Hebrew 77.